Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Go to Administration Options Platform Management. We can go to Platform Management in two ways. Just now you have selected Direct Platform Management. Again, if you select Platform Management, from that view means from that option, the view will be different. But here we are getting that Weekend Classic interface only. But this view will be different in some other versions. Just it will give something different. Once you upgrade this version to some other version, you will be able to see that view. Yesterday, we have created one platform domain icon. Select that platform and edit. In case, if you're planning to give any Sentry or Defender exams, definitely from platform parameters, they will ask some 4 or 5 questions like immediate interval, minimum validity period interval and head start interval. Now expand automatic password management. Click on General. Yesterday, we checked the General. Click on General once. Here again, I'm repeating just immediate interval. Immediate interval means the number of minutes that will elapse between when the user initiates an account management process and when the process is performed. Means whenever user initiated any CPM work, it will check for CPM, will check for every 5 minutes. That is nothing but the immediate interval. And interval. Interval means the number of minutes that the CPM waits between loops when processing accounts associated with this platform. Means basically every 24 hours, it will check on the platform, is there any periodic work, assign it to CPM or not. Now go to password change. Left hand side pane password change. You can click on that. Password change. Yesterday we tried to make the allow manual change to no. But your world server got stopped. Just change that value to no. Allow manual change. Now duplicate this tab. Just click on the account. And it should be. No. Not here on the no. No, I got it, but I think I lost that thing itself. I just vanished. Password change. And I just. Now go to account. Account step. I'll go for a classic. It's peaceful. Now select the user too. That's fine. You just go into that account. Here you can see you. You have a change button on the top of the Reddit button. Now click on edit and change the platform to that new platform which we created. What does its name? Platform domain account. Now the change button should be vanished. But click on that. Only one option will be available. Change only in Vault. The password only in Vault means you will not be manually trigger password change by CPM, and you will not be update any password for the next CPM. Only you will be able to update the password only in the Vault. Allow manual change means if you put allow manual change to no, then you will not be trigger manual change, which will be performed by the CPM. Now go to Accounts, first tab Platform Management. Second one is Perform Periodic Change to No, but this value should be S, because in case if this value is no and in your master policy you have configured a password change for every 10 days or 15 days or 20 days, then that will not be happen, because periodic change value should be in periodic change value is no in the platform settings. In case if this value is S, then only that master policy password change, based on that it is CPM, will automatically change the password of all the accounts which are onboarded into this platform. Basically, here we are trying to say that there is no use of a CPM, I mean changing the password. But periodic change will not happen in case of no value. Next one is head start interval. Head start interval is nothing but the number of days before the password expires that CPM will initiate the password change process. For example, do one thing, duplicate one more tab. Now go to Policies. Expand Password Management. By default, password change for every 90 days and password verification for every 7 days. Based on these values, head start interval. Based on the head start interval value, what CPM will do 90 minus 5 means every 85 days. Password will be rotated for all the accounts which are all boarded into the platform. In case if you put head start interval value as 1, then every 89 days. In case if you put 2, then every 88 days, like that. Basically, before the password expiration is there, it will do it proactively. In case if there is any issue, if your CPM is not able to come in, get to your target servers within that time span means before expiring the password of that account. We need to fix that issues and CPM will be able to change the passwords. Now go back to platform management again. Next one is from hover to hover. You have a requirement, like you were a client told, like password change need to happen only after business servers. Your business servers is like 9 to 6. Password you need to happen after business servers. Then you need to put 19 to morning, 6 am, 7 am. You have configured a periodic change for every 10 days. In the 10th day, in case if you put this value as -1, then CPM will change at any moment of time. But your requirement is like you, password change need not to be happen in the business hours. Then you need to set the value of business hours from our end to our value. And you have execution days. If you click on execution days tab below, it is great. No, just click on that hand side text box. Here we need to put in case. If you have a requirement like only starters and Sundays password change need to be happen, then you need to do the values like SAT, SVM, then only on Saturdays and Sundays password change need will be triggered by CPM. We can restrict that execution days also, and also how much, but are these practically been used? I don't think. For some clients. At least, and not a givers, and this I guess I saw like from hour to hour. Now select password verification. Verification history is it on the left and these two are default. No, this one on the left. Let me look. Again, same here, a manual verification yes and a periodic verification no. If you change the manual verification to no, then you will not see the verify button. Just change it to no and go to account level, you can. You will not be able to see the verify button on the account level. Let's apply. I'll just go to the second one and refresh this page. Have you picked on? I think I did that. Come back. There is one very favorable. You can go back to the platform settings and select, oh, why did it go away? And just come back. No. If you click on, it will come out. Once the file is saved, you can go back to the platform settings and select it. Now select second platform. Automatic password verification. Same periodic verification in case. If this value is no, then there is no periodic verification performed by the CPM. Always, this periodic verification value should be from hour to hour and execution is same like password. Now select the password reconciliation on the left hand side. Here, hello manual reconciliation equal to S. In case, if this value is no, then again you can't see the reconcile button on the account. Next one is RC automatic reconcile when unsensed. If this value is S, then what will happen means when periodically CPM will perform that verify activity rate on all the accounts. In case if it is unable to verify the action, then automatically reconcile will trigger. Only to trigger manually. Automatic verification got failed. Automatically reconcile will trigger the CPM case if the RC automatic reconcile when unsensed and also below your RC reconciliation stood in 114 FUNWIF 2D 106 to 101. What this region means? Your verification got failed due to some network issue. At that moment, if you trigger reconcile also, it will not be any help. It is useless because even though if CPM want to reconcile a password, it need to log into target server rate in case if there is any network issue, then CPM will not be able to log in. It will not perform any activity like verify or reconcile. For that reason, we need to put some codes here. Only reconcile will trigger in case username or password is incorrect. Or only reconcile will trigger if the password was expired. Like that, we need to put that specific regions and only if that reconcile regions. Reconcile regions. I am telling like if you put specific codes only after verification got fail and if that matches to the reconcile region code, then only automatic reconcile will trigger. Verification got failed due to network connectivity issue from CPM to the target server. In that case, if reconcile also will not be any help because for doing reconcile, CPM need to log into the target server. Verification got failed due to network error, then reconcile also will not be performed. Only reconcile need to trigger in case if the username or password is incorrect or password got expired. For that reason, only reconcile need to be triggered. That error was, we need to mention the RC reconcile regions. Next is RC from our RC server, same again. For the flows as such one. Hello, am I audible? See for the network flows as such while we onboard and privileged account for maybe a server or maybe a target account server. At that point in time, what are the routes which need to be opened? Suppose if it is for Linux account, we definitely go with the PSM to be communicating to the target server over port 22 and maybe PSMP as well over port 22. And from CPM source to exactly for Linux. From CPM also, we still need to have the routes open, is it? We need to prepare one Excel from our CPM to Windows targets 11, 13 and 445 CPM Linux or Unix targets for the 22 like that. We need to prepare one table and we need to give 402 is what port before implementing. No, but 432 is what port, not 22. And if it is a Linux at 22. And then for Windows, it will be 3389 for RDP as it is from PSM to the target server. Correct? But even then, we still need to configure for the CPM. Not needed. No. PSM and CPM different ports for Unix from CPM to target and PSM to target. Both are same 22. For Windows PSM to target double threat and from CPM target 139 and 445. Now 13445 will be open, is it? Or else the password rotation will not happen. Thank you. What are the RC recursal reasons? What exactly the numbers with respect to 114, 115? I think we have onboarded one account without password. Am I audible? Yes, you are. We have onboarded an account without password and we tried to verify the password that moment. You got an error like a 2114. 2114. Go back to your account and if you see 2114 means user memory password is incorrect. At that moment, if you trigger recancel, then it will be helpful. In case if you be not see 53 or 53 before that, you will get one more port. If you put that port here, that will not be any help. CPM is not able to verify the target account password due to some network error. At that moment, if you trigger recancel also, it will be failed because CPM not able to reach to target only for some specific codes which are reasonable. That codes need to put in this RC recancel region. If you put all the codes, then again it will not be any help and it will be a burden on the CPM. Next RC from RC 2 hour. RC from R2 hour same like password verification change. We have discussed the same kind of thing. Next one is a recancel account safe, recancel account folder, recancel account name. As I told you, we can also set recancel account at two levels. One is at account level and second one is a second option is at platform level. In case if you want to also set recancel as an account at platform level, we need to configure that. Details here. Our recancel account safe. We need to mention that the recancel account safe name in the recancel account safe and the recancel account name. We need to put the recancel account name. Once you go back to your account steps, you can do that. For this account, recancel as an account is tagged at account level. Just click on clear button. Now you can see there is no recancel account to this account. Now we will also set recancel as an account at platform level. Then automatically that account will be tagged to this account. Now click on back arrow below to account details. You have a back arrow button below to account details here and open recon account. Now copy the safe name, safe one, copy that. Go to your first tab, Chrome tab, and paste that value in the Recancel account safe. Just click below. Anywhere you can click anywhere. That's fine. I will apply at the end. Now go back to the trigger account again. Second tab. Now we need to give the Recancel account name. But here name is object name we need to provide, not the username. Object name is nothing but name field. Below to safe you have an object name. Copy that entire name. Copy and go to your first tab. Now paste the value, Recancel account name below. In that value. Now go to your second tab and just go back and open that user to account. I think click on back arrow. No, this is Recon account here. This platform is different. You have changed the platform for user 2, I think. Click on that and see we can select on to be tagged automatically on the hand side. Just put the cursor on that. We can select on name. It will show like policy default. At the end it is showing policy default. Policy. Default is nothing but this reconciliation account is tagged at platform level and here associate button is highlighted and clear button is grayed out. Means this account came from the platform level. What is the benefit if you associate a reconciliation account at platform level? Means no need to associate manually at each account level. Whatever accounts you have on board to this platform, automatically that reconciliation account tagged to all those accounts. Now what if? What if in a scenario, maybe the reconcile account is not been configured to a platform or neither directly to the account to which is onboarded? How the password rotation would happen then? Only in that case. If your password is in sync, then we can change. The password means by clicking on change button. We can change the password only but we can't trigger reconcile. In case if your password got expired or the password is out of sync, then we can't perform reconcile. Only at that point in time or else the password rotation is still done at the backend through CPM automatically but your password is in sync, then only change will happen. That will CPM will perform that activity periodically based on your master policy settings. Correct? But where exactly that configuration is hard-coded with the CPM that you know, and then what account is natively used by Cyber to change those passwords. Password manager is the CPM user. The password of that particular account and it will log into target server and it will rotate. It will update the new password and it will update the same password on the wall. I get that. Basically, while we are creating the safe, we already have option of choosing the CPM, which is by default the password manager or maybe multiple CPMs. Then we use something else. Get that? Just give me a moment. Sure, we came to the discussion, but just I will show you one more thing. Just 1 or 2 minutes. I hope my wall doesn't shut down now. Because I think I changed it for 800 MB or maybe 900 MB and increased somewhere else. Today I have started my vault after many days. Today I got the code -1 error. What I did, I have started all the CPMs at a time. I didn't wait for one VM like that. I just fired up everything in one go. CPM uses Microsoft API commands net user change password for change and net user set info for reconsider. from CPM machine, it will trigger those commands and it will change the password on the target machine. That activity will be performed by the password manager. Now go back to the platform step. Select that. Expand automatic password management. Reconciliation. That's it. Again, RC execution, we can configure that today. Notifications you can ignore, go to generate password. Here, in case if your organization password policies like minimum 15 characters, password for uppercase 2, lowercase 1, low digits, special character, all those things, you need to configure the same in the CyberArk also, because CyberArk is only managing the password for all the privileged accounts in the organization. This generate password will be helpful whenever, if that new password is generated by the CPM, it will generate the password in the same way like 8 characters. Length to uppercase to lowercase, 1 digit and 1 special character. If you are an organization policy with 15 characters, then you need to change the values accordingly to your organization. Tell me one thing. Shouldn't this be coming from the master policy? Basically, this is the core where we give the complexity of a password and define that this is specific to platform only. For a specific platforms, you can put 15 characters. For specific platforms, you can put 10 characters like that. But maybe the rotation, the frequency of the rotation is all controlled by the master policies. This is John Laporte, this automatic. But we can certainly create, under the master policies, individual policies per the platforms. And attach those password policies. We will cover that. Just it's a simple thing. Just you need to put an exception for that specific platform. Exactly. And add that specific number of this. That's it. That is all about the password management settings in the platforms. One more thing is there here. Just click on the automatic password management on the top one here. Select add additional policy settings. I'll click this. Here we have some different settings, like in case if you are rotating passwords for some network devices or some devices which will use SH as a login process. Then for those devices, we have a prompt file and process file in the CPM bin folder. You need to give that path here. Prompts, file name and process at the top. Next here, what else we can? We need to modify means a scroll bottom, scroll down. Here in case, if you want to set a debug level for this platform, you can change that value, debug node to S. And also one more thing which will be used differently, change the password in reset mode. Change password. Reset mode means if you trigger change, also in backend reconciliation will happen. When this policy need to be minutes, when this value should be, S means. In case in your organization same user, there is a group domain level group policy. Like same user can change his password only once. In that case, if any, for any account, the password got changed on today, and due to some reason, again, if you want to change the password after some 4 hours or 5 hours, then if you click on that change button, then it will not work. It will give an error like NRC. I forgot the code, but it will not matter the policy, something like that. If you put this value just then, if you click on change also in backend, the reconciliation will trigger. Basically, in case if you enable one-time password policy in master level, master policy, and then your organization AD level, there is a group policy called only per day, one-time password need to be changed. Then to overcome that challenge, we need to put this value just then. If you click on change means after that user got released the account, then immediately password need to be changed in case. If you configure one-time password, then automatically in the backend recancel will trigger. If you want to see that, just to go, we'll do one thing. Just go to account, second tab. Just click on back arrow. We'll use that the user one. Die user 1 and trigger recancel and restart the service first. Trigger recancel. I will tell you. Restart the service. Password manager. Just refresh. Status got blocked. Again refresh. Password had. This should have been maybe for the user too. We did that part. Here I think we are just associated that part. Here we have associated at account level, but for user to at platform level, platform is different. The user platform is given. Now we triggered a recancel and recancel got successful, means today for the second password had changed by. In backend it was changed. Once trigger change, we'll see. Click on change button and select first option. Change the password immediately. Now refresh the server, restart the service. Still stuck there again. See what is the change in the world. To forfeit the password does not meet the password policy requirements. The minimum password length is saying like a minimum password and password complexity. Like that means basically in ad there is a policy called only per day, only that user can change the password one. If that in every company that policy is enabled. If you overcome that policy, what we need to do at a platform level in additional policy settings, we need to change the value, change password in reset mode from node to S. If you change that value to S, if you trigger change also in backend, we can simply happen. Means in backend, recancelling user will log into the target and it will update the password of that particular account and it will update the same password on the board, but not through the password manager. Means this activity will perform by password manager only, but it will retrieve the password of the recon account and using recon account it will log into the target. But if you click on change, a password manager will retrieve the password of that particular account, not recon account, and it will log in. It will try to log into the target. That is about change password in reset mode. This will use mostly. We will use this and you have one more value, disable address resolving. Disable address resolving. In case if you are unable to resolve address to specific devices, those are not. DNS configured due to some net region, you are not able to resolve the address of that target, then you need to put this value to known by default. No, we can keep like that. Oh, no. We need to put s digibility saying the table. We need to put s, then it will not means the result of that address and the using IP also be able to log in, kind of. Apart from that, that's it. This is basically platform ID and stuff. Here you can see platform ID, from which platform duplicated platform on the hand side platform based ID. It is MintMine. We have duplicated this platform at GameNet platform domain. Yes. I believe we have covered all these things. UI workflow, we haven't covered. We haven't. Now more to properties required and optional. While onboarding account, you can see a few options are mandatory and a few parameters are optional. You can write that here in the properties. Required and optional. If you expand required, you can see username address. These two are mandatory while onboarding any account into this platform and optional. Like that log on to field is optional. Or maybe the description and things like that. These are required and these are the ones. Linked accounts, log on account and reconcile account. We can also set that platform level. Log on account. We have also set up reconciliation account at platform level. Log on account will be used for Linux or Unix machines. By default for Linux root accounts. SHA will be disabled in any organization as a security precursors. If you want to log into any server and if you want to escalate privileges to root first, you need to log in as a logon. In CyberArk also what we will do, we will onboard the root accounts and we will associate one logon account to root account. Whenever, if the user connect to root account through PVOA, first it will log into the server as a logon account. Then it will run the command sudo sui1 and it will escalate privileges to root. That is about the logon account. We can also set logon account also at platform level. But this is typically for the Linux or the Unix platform OS itself. Reconcile account. I think we already did that. But we did. Now used. Usages means if you go to second tab, accounts tab on the Chrome, go to second tab. On the hand side you have a box. You can see CPM activities recordings, versions, Windows services on the top. If you click on arrow at the end, you can see all the usages, Windows services, scheduled tasks, IS kind of thing. If we configure these, in case if you have usages configured at platform level, then normally you can able to see these users. Only if it's enabled, we will get to see that. We can configure. Correct. Next one is ticketing system. You can delete or you can add in case if you don't know that name. Like being services for Windows schedule. A scheduled task is for scheduled tasks. In case if you don't know and if you want to create this, you said just will go through that document. If you go searching the document, the cybercom and search for usages, it will give all the names. What are these typical services? When do we get to use them? It says add edit search. In case if you want to configure a service account, you have some application, and if you want to run that application related service, only one account and that account password need to be rotated in Cyber. You need to means that I can't need to be onboarded to Cyber and that password need to be rotated. Then we need to configure that service here. Whenever that password got rotated in the Cyber, that will automatically updated in the target end in the service. If you didn't get out of the service, for instance, what you're trying to say is maybe for the MSSQL, there is an SA password which needs to be used and that should also be onboarded to CyberArk. Then we explicitly have to add it here. No. Once open services, that EMS already is on the taskbar just opened. Click on the password manager, properties. Go to logon. Here you can see this service is running using local system account. In case if you want to run this service using some specific domain account, then you need to select this account and you need to give that domain account name and password and confirm password. And that password that account also need if you want to onboard into CyberArk. And whenever that account password got rotated, then automatically that password will be injected into this service and your service will be running using that account. No need to manually change that passwords of the service. I basically need not have to come back and change the password here. Correct? But how do we do that? We just come back and add here, or just add, click on add. It will ask for service name and IP some other, and the service account which is centrally managed, maybe potentially through domain. That account is DA user 1 only. Just click on add button and see what are all the things it is asking. See here, service name address. That's it. Account means the DA user, one account only. Whatever account you are configuring in that services tab, that account will be used for running the service. It means first you need to configure the DA user one account in the particular service and you need to add that service in the CyberArk. Or else it will frequently lead to the account lockouts and things like that. Get that? Get? Understood? If you click on writer, you can see that scheduled tasks ASAP holds. In scheduled tasks, also we have a one account, privileged account, which will run that schedule. Now select a platform domain account. We'll go through the remaining 3 things. UN workflow. Sorry. Last. There's no trackpad drivers natively configured to it. Maybe that's the reason it keeps flipping. Logon account, the usage. We saw that. Now expand ticketing system. As of now, there is no value. Now what we are doing in Maya, as per client requirement, we have integrated a service now with Cyber. What we are doing is we are using the service name. What will be the help while after integrating the service with Cyber? As part of the means, I am working for a one pharma client and it is a SOX a piece. Whenever, if any user wants to connect it to any target server, they need to use that a region with the specific incident number and region. Why they are accessing this privileged account. As of now, what they are doing, they manually entering that incident number and just putting some description and also in the incident. Also, they need to update like I am using and account from Cyber addresses this one, all those stuff. But after integrating Cyber Service now with Cyber, what it will do? They need not to put all the description in the region field in the Cyber. Just they need to put that incident number, and it will validate automatically in the incident whether that user has updated all the details like username, address, region, remote mission name or not. In case if that user didn't updated all of these details, then it will not allow that connection. It will give directly through the error, like in case if the user is not updated that username, it will give the error message like username is not updated in the incident work notes. Just update that kind of stuff. For all the other fields also, like username, region address and remote mission name, it will check in the Cyber and it will try to match in that incident number which is provided by the user. In case if that incident is not in working progress state, again it will throw an error. Incident is not in active state. Same kind of stuff for change, but again, you mentioned something which is very interesting to me. You mean to say that every time somebody clicks a connect, I'm not talking of the ticketing system now. We can still put for a validation to ask why the gentleman he or she is trying to connect. Yep, we can put the I will cover that in master policy. We have one policy in master policy like the specified region. I think if you've got the region box also while clicking on work copy button, just click on. But then here no go to accounts, sorry. I think while you can show, it is directly showing the password or asking for region. Same kind of region we can put for while connecting. This part, at least I seen that. But what happens is typically wherever I'm not the member of a safe, because I'm logging in as the native client admin for Cyber. For the membership wherever it is validated, I don't get the prompt. But for the other accounts which I try to access it where I'm not a member, it still prompts me for that. But if I were to do it for every platform, mandatory the moment I click connect, asking for a reason, maybe a ticket number or whatever it is, I think I will certainly need to know that part. Just again, that is one policy. Just if you select, it will be applicable for all platforms. Irrespective of I have access or I don't have access, every time I click on a current, I will be prompted. That is about ticketing system. If you want to add a ticketing system, just click on the ticketing system and add to the ticketing system. Option will come. Just click and see the options. I think add active ticketing system or something will come on the. I add active ticketing. This is compatible with Unity ServiceNow or any ticketing platform which is available. I think the BMC Remedy and ServiceNow, as of now Cyber, can integrate. If you want to check that also, just go to the third tab on the Chrome. Anybody need to go to the options only after this. If you want to take privileges as a manager, both options. Last attempt administrative options, configure options. First one options. Now on the left hand side you can see ticketing system below to dual control. Hold on. Dual control. I see that. Expand that ticketing system and see what are the ticketing systems by default out of the box. They have probably service, not intermediate. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.